What happens when a criminal charge against you is dismissed and you're finally out of the misery? Well, guess what happened to American actor Alec Baldwin? Welcome to Inside Celebs. In today's video, we'll find out why Alec Baldwin's case was dismissed.
Dismissal with prejudice is warranted to ensure the integrity of the judicial system and the efficient administration of justice. Your motion to dismiss with prejudice is granted.
Stay tuned till the end to find out about Alec Baldwin's various rendezvous sessions with the law. The nearly 3-year saga came to an end on Friday afternoon when Judge Mary Marlowe Sommer, presiding over the trial in New Mexico, halted the proceedings mid-testimony and dismissed Baldwin's case with prejudice, which means he will never be tried again. But what really happened to Alec Baldwin, and how did he get himself in such a tight situation? It was October 2021 when the tragic incident took place. It was on the set of the film Rust when actor and producer Alec Baldwin fired a pretend gun during a practice, which resulted in killing cinematographer Halyna Hutchins and injured director Joel Souza. The sequence was filmed at the Bonanza Creek Ranch in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Baldwin, holding what he thought was a cold gun, which is a handgun without live ammunition, aimed it at the camera as part of the setup. However, the gun was loaded with a live cartridge, which resulted in the tragic shooting. But things didn't just end here. The immediate aftermath of the catastrophe was chaotic and disastrous. First responders were dispatched to the scene, but Hutchins was declared dead shortly after being taken to the hospital.
I do have some very unfortunate news to tell you.
What?
She didn't make it. Yeah.
Souza, who was injured, was treated and discharged. The film's production was paused indefinitely, and an investigation was initiated to determine how a live round got into the pretend gun. The investigation into the incident focused on several critical areas, including how firearms were handled on set, the chain of possession for the weapon, and the crew's protocols. It was revealed that the assistant director, Dave Halls, had handed Baldwin the rifle and declared it a cold gun without thoroughly inspecting it. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, the film's armorer, was also examined for her part in ensuring the weapon's safety on set. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office conducted interviews with cast and crew members and gathered evidence on set. The investigation turned up a number of safety infractions and complaints regarding the working conditions on the Rust set. Crew members reportedly walked off the site earlier in protest of terrible working conditions, citing safety concerns. Not only did the film production come to a halt, there were several legal proceedings as well. Following the incident, multiple lawsuits were brought. The family of Halyna Hutchins filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Alec Baldwin, the production firm, and other film crew members. The lawsuit claimed negligence, citing unsafe working conditions and a lack of sufficient firearm safety practices on the set. Baldwin and the production firm were accused of cutting corners to save money, which caused the sad incident. In early 2022, New Mexico officials announced that criminal charges could be made based on the conclusion of the investigation. On October 27, 2022, it was announced that Baldwin and other crew members could face charges of involuntary manslaughter. The decision to press criminal charges was based on whether it could be demonstrated that Baldwin and others acted with criminal negligence. In January 2023, Baldwin was officially charged with involuntary manslaughter. The allegations alleged that Baldwin had a duty to assure the safety of the pistol he was handling, and that his failure to do so resulted in Hutchins' death. Gutierrez-Reed was also charged with involuntary manslaughter due to her involvement as the film's armorer. From here onward, the trial of the case officially started. The trial, which began in late 2023, received extensive media coverage. Baldwin's defense claimed that he was not responsible for examining the firearm and relied on the knowledge of the armorer and assistant director. Baldwin's attorneys also argued that the incident was a tragic accident rather than the product of criminal carelessness. The prosecution, on the other hand, focused on the gaps in safety regulations and Baldwin's job as the film producer, claiming that he was responsible for ensuring a safe working environment. They submitted proof of previous safety complaints on the set, as well as statements from crew members who described chaotic and risky situations. But on July 12, 2024, Judge Mary Marlowe Sommer dropped Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter allegations, which marked a significant milestone. The dismissal resulted from the prosecution's late discovery of evidence that had not been shared with the defense, a crucial procedural violation. The case was dismissed with prejudice, which means Baldwin cannot be prosecuted again on the same accusations. Baldwin and his wife felt relief at the conclusion of the trial, but acknowledged the deep sadness of the overall scenario. But was this the first time Baldwin got himself into some legal trouble? Stay tuned to find out. Back in 1995, Baldwin infamously clashed with a photographer outside his Woodland Hills, California house while he and then-wife Kim Basinger were taking home their newborn daughter, Ireland Baldwin, from the hospital. Baldwin approached the car where freelance photographer Alan Zanger was camped out and sprayed shaving cream on all the windows. A scuffle erupted and Zanger claimed Baldwin hit and broke his nose. The actor claimed he simply slapped the camera out of his hands. Baldwin was eventually acquitted of misdemeanor violence charges in the case and won an invasion of privacy action against Zanger. Nevertheless, Zanger won a civil case against Baldwin for $4,500 in damages. Then in December 2011, Baldwin was booted from an American Airlines flight. The reason? His bad attitude. Baldwin was removed from an American Airlines flight for refusing to turn off his cell phone. The company said in a statement on its Facebook page at the time, writing, "The passenger was extremely rude to the crew, calling them inappropriate names and using offensive language." But Baldwin completely denied what was said about him on X, revealing he was only playing Words with Friends, a popular word-building game. "Flight attendant on American Airlines reamed me out for playing Words with Friends while we sat at the gate, not moving," he wrote in a since-deleted tweet per the New York Post. He then continued by saying, "Last flight with American, where retired Catholic school gym teachers from the 50s find jobs as flight attendants." In May 2014, Alec Baldwin found himself in hot water again and was arrested for illegal biking in New York City. Baldwin was caught in Manhattan after riding his bike the wrong way down Fifth Avenue. According to a New York Police Department official, Baldwin was advised that he was heading the wrong way and requested to present identification, but he refused. He received 2 summonses, one for bicycling the wrong way and one for unruly conduct. However, the actor was granted a conditional pardon and the charges were eventually dropped. In November 2018, Baldwin was detained again after an altercation over a parking space in Manhattan, which resulted in accusations of assault and harassment. He later pleaded guilty to harassment and was required to participate in an anger management program. But out of all the previous legal issues, the Rust incident had a significant influence on Baldwin's professional and public image. Despite the dismissal of the criminal charges, the incident and ensuing trial generated a lot of unwanted press. Baldwin has expressed tremendous regret for the event and has spoken out about the need for better safety precautions on film sets. His future in the industry is uncertain as he deals with the fallout of this horrific tragedy. The Rust disaster sparked widespread calls for better safety standards in the film business. Many industry organizations advocate for mandatory firearm safety training and increased oversight of prop handling. Some film firms have already begun to introduce new safety measures, such as using digital effects to simulate shooting and employing independent safety advisors for high-risk situations. While Baldwin was not criminally charged, the tragedy has highlighted the importance of strict safety protocols to protect cast and crew workers. The legacy of Halyna Hutchins is likely to spur significant changes in the sector, ensuring that such a catastrophe does not occur again. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you believe the charges against Baldwin should have been dropped or should have been continued? If you'd like to watch more of our videos, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell icon to never miss out on any update. We'll see you next time.